So let's talk about my new books and which ones you get to vote on. Hi guys, my name is Joe and welcome to Fighting Words, the martial arts library. On this channel I review martial arts books and talk about other martial arts related subjects. So today I'm going to share with you guys the haul that I got when I had my birthday, which was a few months ago. So I've selected 3 books that you guys can vote for to see which one of these I review first. And let's just get into it. The first, it's a smallish book, but it is a classic. Zen in the Martial Arts by Joe Hyams. So obviously this one takes a more philosophical bent. I do have a philosophy section up here that's about philosophy and the martial arts. This would make it the first of its kind that I have reviewed on this channel. The second book up for a vote is The Fighting Weapons of Korean Martial Arts by In Hyuk-soo and Jane Hallander. And I know Ms. Hallander actually co-wrote several books. This goes over, obviously, the weapons found in Korean martial arts, and some specific Korean martial arts, and some it looks like it gives an overview, but it also looks like there may be a few forms in here as well. So vote for that one if you'd like to see me do that one. And finally, Bowie and Big Knife Fighting Systems by Dwight C. McLemore. This is going to be interesting. The spine is on this side, but it opens up like this. So I actually have several of the late Mr. McLemore's books. This one is on the list because I'm very interested in it. I haven't reviewed any of his books yet. I'd like to review one of them soon. And as it says, this one is on Bowie knife fighting, or big knife fighting. And very well illustrated. Some of it looks like it's taking inspiration from like historical fighting. I know he also has had a background in Filipino martial arts, and I think that sort of informs his views on weapons fighting. So vote for that one if you would like to see me do this one first. Okay, this next one's a bit of a cheat because the actual book isn't in yet, but I have its companion piece. This is Karate Kata Volume 2. Volume 1 is the one that I ordered on Black Friday. Now, these are both anthologies. You know, they are collections of articles from the Journal of Asian Martial Arts. Volume 1 is going to be very similar to Volume 2. But I already had this one, and I was like, why don't I have the first one? Volume 1 is the one that I actually ordered. This is just a stand-in. That's on its way. Hey guys, it's Joe from the editing room. This is actually the same room that I record in. It's just on the opposite wall. Anyway, and that's Shadow. She's a super pretty kitty cat. But guess what came in the day I edited this? So instead of re-recording that section, I'm just going to show you guys it did come in, and I got it. And back to the other video. When the Fight Goes to the Ground by Laurie O'Connell. Subtitled Jiu-Jitsu Strategies and Tactics for Self-Defense. You can tell how new this one is because I haven't even taken the DVD out yet. So this is from Tuttle Publications. In the past 15 or 20 years, they've been including DVDs with their material. I'm already sort of liking this one because we're getting color pictures. Her background is actually in Kanryu Jiu-Jitsu as opposed to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I remember flipping through this when it first came out. She is going to cover, you know, a more self-defense oriented ground fighting method. Bruce Lee, Life of a Legend by Fiaz Rafiq. Hope I pronounced that somewhere close to correct. These are actually interviews with people, most of whom knew Bruce Lee. For instance, part 1 has 2 different chapters. First chapter is interviews with original students like Jesse Glover, George Lee, Leo Fong. Chapter 2 is friends like Wally J, George Dillman, Diana Lee Inosanto. Chapter 3 is co-stars and colleagues, including John Saxon, Chaplin Chang, Lou Gossett Jr. Didn't know that they were colleagues. And part 2 is the legacy, or people that he's influenced. Chapter 1 is boxers, which is 3 of them: Sugar Ray Leonard, George Foreman, and Ricky Hatton. Chapter 2 is the bodybuilding legacy. There's 4 bodybuilders on there. Franco Columbu is the only one whose name I recognize. There's the MMA legacy, so, Rorion Gracie, Frank Shamrock, Randy Couture, Tito Ortiz. And chapter 4 is movie industry, which is Dolph Lundgren, John Woo, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. So I think this is going to be an interesting read and give us a fuller picture of the life of Bruce Lee. The Ultimate Book of Boxing Lists. One may wonder why I would have a book of lists. Well, this gives a lot of insight into the history of boxing and opened my eyes to boxers that I wound up looking into, like Benny Leonard, who was a boxer, I think, in the 30s. There's Ezzard Charles is on some of these lists in here. He was really known as a good technician. So that's basically why I got this, is partly for the history and partly to open my eyes to a wider range of boxers and the things that they did well. Samurai weapons and fighting techniques. So I have a section that's more on history. So this is only tangentially a martial arts book. It does focus on things like the equipment that the samurai used to wear, as well as things like battle formations. So looking forward to this one. Mastering Wushu by Jiang Bengjun and Emilio Alpensek. So this is more on modern Wushu. I like the manner in which it is illustrated with lines of motion. It occurred to me I had a lot of books on traditional Kung Fu, but none on actually modern Wushu. So rectifying that, and that's why I got that one. Jeet Kune Do Principles for All Martial Artists by Tim Tackett. Now, Mr. Tackett is actually a pretty prolific author in the Jeet Kune Do world. I'm looking forward to seeing how he explains these principles and how they apply to martial arts outside of JKD. The Fighting Sword, also by author Dwight C. McLemore. Interestingly, the sword he seems to be using here, I think he says that it's of Korean origin. Anyway, as with many of Mr. McLemore's books, this one has several illustrations showing things like angles of attack, targets. So again, I'm really a fan of how he tends to present his books. So again, those are the books that I have recently added. Volume 2 of Karate Kata, filling in for Volume 1. And again, remember to vote for either Zen in the martial arts, the fighting weapons of Korean martial arts, or Mr. McLemore's Bowie and Big Knife fighting system. You can either comment in this video, or I will have a poll up on the community tab as I release this video. So remember to vote for any one of those 3. Outside of that, thank you for watching. Thank you for indulging me in my spoils. If you like what I do here, please remember to like and share the video. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see when new videos come out. And if you'd like to support the channel or have a suggestion for another book you'd like me to review, please consider donating to my Ko-fi account. There's going to be a link to that in the description as well. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.